Hello everyone, and a very warm welcome to our next Teach It Right Tuesday update video. These are the messages for the 12th of October. We've got quite a lot that we need to get through, so we will make a start. So just a reminder, these are the messages for the 12th of October, and we will be going through various different messages and important things for you to be aware of. And we're actually going to start by talking about some of the messages that have come out of our centres over the last week or so. Just first thing to mention, and we did mention this very early on in our course, that we do encourage children to use pencils in their book. I know sometimes it's difficult, particularly if a child only brings a pen along, but we would really encourage children to write in pencils, and there's a lot of reasons for that. One is that children can redo those exercises again if they want to, but certainly it does make a difference in terms of children rubbing out things and then correcting their errors or mistakes, and certainly would be something that we would encourage all children to do. So we would ask parents please to support us on that. We've also ensured that within the centres we do have spare pencils if your child does forget their own. Homework stickers. Now, in the next slide, we'll just be talking to you about the colours. We've had a few questions about what the colours represent, and I do want to just clarify that with everyone. So please do spend a little bit of time listening to that explanation, because I know we have had a few emails into the office asking about those colours to be explained. Don't forget about our calendar on our Teach It Right website. On our homepage, we do often put key dates there. It's a good reference point, so please do be aware that that's where we will often add different events and things for you to be aware of. Half term is on the 25th to the 29th of October, and of course there'll be no Teach It Right lessons during that period. And also, of course, the second weekend of half term, the 30th to the 31st of October, we are not there, and we will resume back on the 1st of November. So, just to clarify those homework colours, just so that we're very clear about what they represent on the front of your child's book. The green really does mean that your child has a very secure understanding of what they've completed, and very often they've made few errors and they've got most of the questions correct. So that's when we will be adding a green sticker onto the front of your child's book. If we put an orange or an amber on the front of their book, they have a good understanding, very few incorrect, but there is evidence that perhaps they do need a little bit more support with that, but we're fairly confident that they've understood most of the work that they have done. So if you want to sort of equate it to a percentage, it's around sort of 60 to 70% is correct. The red stickers indicate that your child does need more support with that particular area, and it's nothing to worry about. It may well be that we come back to that area, but certainly the tutors will be made very aware of those red stickers so we can support your child on that particular topic or that area of focus. If your child has a blue sticker on their book, this indicates that it hasn't been completed. And we understand if children have busy weeks and they're unable to complete their homework, but would ask them to try and catch up. And certainly with the half-term period coming up, this is the perfect opportunity for children to go through anything that they were unable to complete within that block. The next message to talk to you about is our parent meetings, and we're really excited about meeting our parents potentially for the first time, either over Zoom or some of them will be face-to-face depending on how many parents our tutors have to see. And this is an opportunity to talk to you about your child's progress, how they've got on in the block, how they've been answering questions, what their attitude's been like towards the work they've done in the classroom, but also to talk about the recent assessments as well. Also to answer any questions that you may have about the Teach It Right course, and please don't hesitate to ask. It's the perfect opportunity to ask our tutors if you have any burning questions. It is always nice if your child comes along to these consultations, and we'd certainly encourage that. They don't have to, but it is nice for your child to hear from their tutor on how they're doing and areas they potentially still need to work on. These appointments are 10 minutes long. We appreciate that's not a huge length of time, but it always appears to us to be long enough to give you plenty of feedback. If you do have any other questions that you're unable to answer, then please do send us an email or do speak with your child's tutor in the centre. I'm sure they'll be more than happy to answer any questions that you may have. So look forward to seeing you over Zoom. These parents' meetings will actually start on the 13th of October. Now, over the last few weeks, we have been talking to you about our creative writing course that will be running at our head office on the 25th, 26th and 27th of October. I'm delighted that there are a number of children who have signed up for that course, but there are still a few spaces left to come and work with Josephine Allen and build up your child's writing skills. The discount code actually ended on the 10th of October. We've decided to extend that, so anyone who is purchasing that camp does have a £50 discount code, and that can be entered on booking. So if you are interested in getting your child on a creative writing course at our head office, then please don't hesitate to book. So there's a few spaces left over the half-term holidays. And this also applies to our Year 6 independent school course that will be running at our head office, and this will be on the 27th, 28th, 29th of October. And this is an opportunity to practice all the areas within an independent school syllabus and to be focusing, yes, on English writing, but also maths, reasoning, and also opportunities to talk about interview techniques as well. If you are interested in booking on that, again, you can enter the discount code TIROC2021. And this is a wonderful opportunity to get your child to revise lots of key elements for the Year 6 exams, generally held in January. But I do know that some of those exams have been brought earlier, so it might be a really good opportunity to get your child exam ready. It has been wonderful to see so many parents coming along to our verbal reasoning Zoom workshops. We've done 2 Sundays in a row now, and we're very much looking forward to offering you the chance to come and find out a little bit more about non-verbal reasoning. Now, the first one that we're going to be holding will be on the 21st of November. We will also hold one on the 28th as well, depending on potentially how many parents do come along. We will be splitting it into sort of non-verbal reasoning and spatial reasoning, and that will be held on those 2 Sundays, the 21st and 28th of November, from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. So please do come along, please do book a slot. We can then send you a very detailed booklet that will cover all the different question types that we go through. But thank you to everyone who came along and supported Louise Swan and I on those 2 Sundays for the verbal reasoning workshops. We certainly really enjoyed doing it, and thanks for your participation, because parents were certainly very willing to have a go at answering some of the questions as well. Talking about Louise Swan, as we know, Louise runs a weekly book club, and this week she will be looking at a general knowledge book. Now, interestingly, this book is actually recommended by one of the children in that club, and Louise has sourced the book and will be sharing it with children. It is a wonderful book and has some super illustrations in and facts, and it's called General Knowledge Genius, and it's a quiz encyclopedia to boost your brain. So do come and join Louise this coming Sunday. That will be the book that will be focused on. But of course, every week, children have the opportunity to read their own snippets from their favourite books as well. Homework clubs continues to be really well supported, so thank you to all the children that attend Tahira Arshad's club that focuses on any homework tasks that children are struggling on, and they get an opportunity to ask questions, but it's just a lovely, quiet, set period of time for them to work through their tasks. Year 4 from 5:30 to 6:30, and Year 5 6:30 to 7:30. Children have had a good spend certainly over the weekend, and I know this week as well. So just a reminder for children to bring along their tokens so they can spend them at their weekly lessons. And it's been lovely to see children buying different books and all the different stationery, all that hard-earned work. They're able to spend their hard-earned tokens. So well done, children. Don't forget, though, to bring your tokens along to your lessons. I'm going to have a look at a tip of the week now. Last week I focused on codes, you might remember. This week I've chosen another non-verbal reasoning question, which is often called similarities. It does have other names like find the shape which is most alike, and I thought I would share an example with you. As we know in non-verbal reasoning, one of the things that we teach our children, certainly when they join us in Year 4 and at the beginning of Year 5, is a mnemonic. And this mnemonic helps children spot all the different variables. And it's shape, position, angle, number, size and shading, rotation, overlapping and symmetry. And this gives children all of the properties that they should be looking for. And particularly if they forget to check something, this is a good reminder. And we always make it a little bit fun and say silly people always need soggy socks or rotten oranges smell. And this gives them all the different things they need to spot. So let's have a look at an example of a similarities question. We're looking at these two shapes on the left, and then we've got to find the one figure that belongs with these two. But the question we have to ask ourselves is, what do these two shapes on the left actually have in common? Now, just looking at them very quickly, we can see that they've both got different shapes on the outside, so that isn't a similarity. But you also notice at the top, for example, we've got two M's there, and we've got two dots. And in actual fact, if we were to run a line of symmetry right down the middle of this shape, see if I can get it relatively straight. Here we go. Going down the middle there, you can see that we would end up having the same shapes on either side. And this could also be applied over here if we were to come down through those triangles. Apologies, my line's not ever so straight, but you can see there that actually there is a line of symmetry coming down the middle of that shape. Now that we know that there is the similarity between them is symmetry, we then need to look at our options and see what happens when we draw a line of symmetry down through the vertical. Now in A, yeah, that would work. Those two squares would give a mirror image either side of the mirror line. So I'm going to leave that one. I'm going to cross out B rather, because we can see no, that's not a line of symmetry. C, no, because even though the circles are symmetrical, they are different shades. And likewise with D, this actual shape on the outside, if we were to do a line down through the middle, isn't a line of symmetry. This is one that often catches people out, but these two squiggly lines are not symmetrical if we run a line down through the middle. So the answer has to be A, and that's because that shape belongs with those two shapes on the left-hand side. So that process of elimination that we often talk to you about is really important on question types like this. But actually going back to that mnemonic can really help children look for the right properties. And symmetry, which is the one we used here, is often the one that children forget. So let's move on now to talk about our resource feature. And our resource feature for this week is based on synonyms and antonyms. And one of the things that we've recommended in our recent workshop is actually a synonyms and antonyms dictionary. Now, one of the reasons we like this as a resource is that children can easily find other words that mean the same as the word they were potentially looking up, rather than maybe a complex definition that they found in the dictionary, which sometimes gets a bit confusing and they don't always understand. So certainly a synonyms and antonyms dictionary can be a great way of finding words that mean the same, but also, of course, finding words that are opposites. Now, if you hadn't ever thought of getting an Oxford Synonyms and Antonyms dictionary, then this may well be the perfect time to purchase one, because we know how useful a book this can be for 11 plus preparation. You can buy it on Amazon. The price fluctuates, has got down as low as £5 I know before, but the recent ones that we've seen are about £9. So this could be a really, really good book to support your child's word building. We know how popular synonyms and antonyms are in the real 11 plus exams. So certainly this week our resource feature is a dictionary which is titled Synonyms and Antonyms. Thank you very much for watching this video. Just a little reminder about some important dates. So our parents' meetings, as I mentioned earlier, start tomorrow on the 13th of October. Louise's book club will be running this coming Sunday and the following Sunday, but then of course it won't run on the 31st of October because it's half term. We do have two more Monday evenings to do as well, so please do make sure that you join in for our homework club. The non-verbal parent workshop on the 21st of November, that will be our first one, but we will also be doing one on the 28th. Hope you can join us for that event. And just a reminder about half-term dates. So half-term is the 25th to the 29th of October, and there will be no lessons in that second weekend. We will, of course, remind you about those key dates in the centres, but they are there for your diary if you wish. Thank you very much, as always, for watching these Tuesday update videos. Hope you're finding them useful, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.